Alright guys, we are back with Accident, and if you guys are unfamiliar with this, is the car accident simulator, I guess is what you'd call it. It's pretty straightforward. Basically, there's a bunch of car accidents, and we had to try and save the victims, or at least get them stabilized for first responders, and then solve what happened with the accidents. So we did our first 3 calls in the last episode, which was the tutorial and the first 2 missions, so we got 3 more here coming up. There was a little bit of a jump in difficulty with those first 2, although I struggled a little bit with the second actual mission, the truck here, because I kept getting stopped. We'll see if that's the case again here. So this dates are all over the place. So this one's 2012, this one's 2021, so this actually hasn't happened yet. I guess this is set in the future, which is why we're using like VR technology. So this is since Sweden in 2016, 2014, and 2004 in Tennessee in the USA. Yeah, I guess we'll go in order and keep doing these as they come up. So we're gonna go ahead and do this one. You won't always be able to save everybody. So yeah, I mean, once again, you know, people are gonna be dead when you get on scene, and I guess, you know, people are gonna die sometimes even while you're on scene and stuff, and you can't always stop that. But as far as the game's concerned, anybody's still alive when you get there has to be alive when you leave. So you have to be the best first responder ever. A little bit of puddles and stuff on the road there. It looks like it rained and stuff previously, so don't know if that factored in. Could have been that somebody just slick roads and somebody crashed as a result. Grab our phone here. Kinda curious if we're gonna call 911 or 112 again in the US mission. That's what I really want to know. So, I mean, yeah, even in the US, like I said, it's not, in the last episode I kind of mentioned this at least, the US, it's not required to have these warning triangles and stuff. At least I don't think anywhere actually legally requires it, you know, but it is a good idea, I suppose, to have stuff like this, you know, have, you know, things like a first aid kit and road supplies and stuff. What, I'll be honest, I don't see the fire, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, right there. Oh man, I just burned through both those fire extinguishers, just barely got that. So we'll get their warning triangle and put that up on the other side here. And then we'll get the ignitions turned off in everybody's vehicles. Their door is jammed, we're gonna need to figure that out. Let's get this semi first. Can't get in their vehicle from that side. Let's try the passenger side here. Kinda curious. I got questions about what happened, but that's the whole purpose. I've got kind of a picture of what happened already, but I'm not positive if that's actually the case. So we're gonna check our location first so we can try to get first responders here a little bit quicker. I don't know how I feel about those plaid seats, but those are a pretty cool looking car. I'll drive this. I always forget I have to hold that. He's pretty banged up there. Not breathing. Oh wait, he's breathing, okay. Yeah, a little bit worried there. Looks like we also have a child. That's interesting. You don't normally see a lot of children as depicted as being harmed or injured in video games. You know, it's I don't know if it's technically illegal. I think it's kind of questionable in some places. Is you know I think some places actually do consider that illegal, or at least it's very very taboo. So we'll check on the kid here. Now we gotta figure out how to get in that other vehicle because it wasn't letting me enter through the door. I guess I can probably get in through the passenger door maybe. Actually, I don't think it was letting me get in through there either, so I don't know. We'll see. Okay, yeah, it is open. So let's go ahead and get inside his vehicle and check on him. So he's not breathing. Okay, well, we need to get out of the car. So, yeah, start with the child, which, of course, you know, that's where I think most people would start with. Let's see here. Let's get him outside the vehicle so we can start compressions and stuff like that. Get our gloves on. Open his airway, get the CPR mask on him. Sounds like he's breathing now. So we gotta put him into the recovery position. Get him out of the car here, and basically we're going to be running the same thing on him here. Threw me a little bit for a loop. It's been a while since we had to do that, since the tutorial. I wish we didn't have to like unclick every time. I wish you could just like move up and down with like holding down the click the whole time. It would be kind of nice. Alright, ambulance is pulling up. Yeah, it's a different ambulance. At least they're using different textures. I think it's the same model of ambulance every time, but different textures for everywhere we go, which is kind of interesting. I am very curious if they're going to use that in the U.S. ambulance once again, because the U.S. is so different. I mean, well, North America, I should say, because, I mean, Canada uses very similar apparatus to us, too. But we will we'll have to wait and see. So we got some skid marks here. Relevant, irrelevant, relevant. Yeah, okay. It looks like, if I had to guess, is that the semi had stopped for some reason, and this car rear-ended the semi, and the driver got out and then got hit. if I had to guess. The door's locked. Okay. Let's go back here a little bit further, just kind of check for clues. We got 3 out of 6 clues. I'll be honest, I'm not seeing a lot of these clues I need for this, I guess. Check inside the car for clues too. I don't think we've seen any clues inside these vehicles here. This hazards run. I don't think we turned those on. So yeah, I'm guessing that the hazards are on because he had to stop. He had some sort of issue. Oh, there's an animal is what it was. Okay, it's making more sense. The poles are irrelevant, I guess. Yeah, it's not an issue of speeding. That will necessarily. That still leaves us 6 clues here. The boar stands in the road. Okay, I know what we must do. We must track down and kill the boar. How far? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, how far can we go? A little bit of blood from where he was pulled out at. We gotta sneeze, guys. Didn't see anything back down this way that would indicate what happens, or that there was an issue further down. I'm guessing that there wouldn't have been. But we're missing a clue, and I don't know what clue that would be. So we have boar stands in the road. Well, let's do this. Let's glue this together as good as we can so far. Changes lanes. Collision with the oncoming truck. He's ejected through the window, I guess is what happened. Except for that's saying that's not what happened next. So there's a collision with the truck, and then what happens? He's ejected through the window. I'm a little surprised that he was ejected through the window. I mean, even, you know, a truck this size, that's typically not something you expect to happen. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem to indicate that there's, you know, it's from this car crashing into the back of it. Let's get back on the inside. Maybe he wasn't wearing a seatbelt and we need to see that. Oh, yeah. There it is. That'll do it. Did I break this by trying to solve it out of order? I don't have my clue anymore. Call that a bug. I can't resolve it or rewind it. So I think all we can do is quit out. We should go out to the main menu or whatever, which is kind of lame. I'll hop in the truck, just double check, because I can't remember where I initially saw the clue that he flew through the window at. Yeah, it looks like that clue is gone, and we just don't have the ability to get that back. Alright guys, so I went back and I completed this first mission here, so I guess I'll just edit this into the middle of the video if I remember. So we've successfully completed it. Had to redo the whole thing again, which kind of sucked, but hey, that's how it goes. So we're going to skip through this, and we're going to just read everybody here. So we had 3 people survive, 1 person died. So starting off with the truck driver. After a careful examination at the hospital, Jacob was diagnosed with a spinal injury. He underwent emergency surgery, after which he had to complete several months of rehabilitation to be able to walk again. Currently, he works as a security guard at a local supermarket, monitoring the cameras, and will need to take painkillers for the rest of his life. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, if he was wearing a seatbelt as a truck driver, he probably would still be able to drive trucks despite the accident, at least I would think. Because it wasn't really his fault, but, you know, not wearing the seatbelt thing is kind of a bad issue. Anyways, Ingolf suffered significant blood loss due to a deep laceration of his arm by a piece of glass. Fortunately, your CPR saved his life, and the paramedics stopped the bleeding. The wounds healed quickly, but the glass severed several nerves, and he lost full use of his left hand. The injuries were minor, however, and he was able to function normally. The mother here, where a car hit the back of the trailer, its bumper smashed the front window and hit her in the head, killing her instantly. There was nothing that you or the paramedics could do. She was buried a week later in her hometown. After the impact, August Hollander went into shock, which resulted in a coma. He also suffered from several minor injuries, or internal injuries. After 5 weeks, he regained consciousness and returned to home to live with his father. The accident and the death of his mother traumatized him severely, and he had to undergo therapy for 2 years. After that, he returned to school. Yeah, that's rough, man. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and go into the next call here, guys. I'll let it go back to past me, I guess. Alright, guys, I'll see you. So we're just gonna exit out to the main menu. So essentially, we've solved that one anyways and had that all correct. He went out to the main menu. We saved everybody we could save. You know, amazingly, the guy who got ejected from the window was, you know, in the best shape of everybody, it seemed like. Alright. So that brings us to France, Cliffside accident. Alright, 15 minutes off that first call, so I don't know, this might just be a 2-call video with these being a little bit more and more complicated. This is going to be a pretty intense one here. Oh, I wonder if that doors to that car then, or is there going to be a 4th car? I didn't look how many victims there's going to be. Kind of want it to be a little bit of a surprise too anyways. I think that makes it a little bit more interesting. Going pretty much all over the place as far as speed goes, just up and down. And we're getting up on the scene here, so yeah, there's a car door there. It looks like they might have come down there. I don't see our phone here. Do we have a phone? Oh, there it is. You'd think that the first thing they would do is ask them, like, hey, where are you? Ooh, that's a nice car. So that happened pretty quick. How the heck am I supposed to prevent this from falling here? I don't know what I'm supposed to do to prevent that car from falling here. Should I sit in it? Is that what I need to do, is sit in here? I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, honestly, to stop that from happening. I did more harm than good. I'm pretty sure that... Oh, I held it for too long, or it's forcing me to restart the respawn too many times. Really, I'm putting rocks in the back of the car? If it's literally this rock that I can pick up, couldn't I just like sit in the car? This is kind of stupid, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it forces you into like doing this a certain way or whatever, like, so you can't just like go in and start going forward when I did that. I don't know if I should put more in there. Okay, let's get the fire going. I don't know if I'm actually getting this fire. I don't know how I'm supposed to get under the hood without being able to like pop the hood. Okay, apparently I can though. Yeah, sure, I'll turn this car's ignition off. I don't know if I can turn this car's ignition off. Am I supposed to turn the other car's ignition off that's upside down? How do I crouch? Is there even anything left of your car to turn off? They're looking pretty dead. Mark accident location. So I'm guessing the person off the side of the cliff is actually the one that's in stable condition. This is a pretty bad accident, though. Nice area, that's pretty cool looking. Okay, so we're getting a rescue helicopter. Fancy. It was getting pretty frustrating there for a minute. It's like, why would I put like, of all things, like rocks? Like, I would look at a rock and go, oh yeah, that's like heavy enough to keep the car weight down. Like, at least if I was like trying to like chalk the wheels. Let's see if she's breathing. She seems to be pretty good. He's actually awake. You had to be petrified too. He's actually, yeah, that's kind of called it there. He was the one that was, yeah, just terrified there. Yep, they're dead. Alright, so we need to get a first aid kit. We're just gonna take hers because I don't feel like running back to my car. Oh. Okay, then we gotta get him out. Alright, we are going to just sit tight in our cool car and wait. That's pretty cool though. Yeah, let's see actually the flight for life coming in and everything. Yeah, this is actually so much nicer than I was expecting. Alright, so we're gonna figure out what happened. Obviously, we've got debris up on the hill here, so I guess that's where we're gonna kind of look up, is go up here and discover what happened, because I think this is where it's all gonna start. Looks like it starts actually back up here, and they start skidding off for one reason or another. I don't know if they're just going too fast or not. Some sort of scrape. Oh, it blew a tire, okay. Yeah, bad timing, you know, you're going around here, tight corner, and no guardrails or anything, blew a tire, and just, it was just kind of bad luck. So let's go down. Let's take a peek over here and see what this is. So let's just go down too. I mean, we have debris all along on the top there, but I don't think that's gonna matter too much. Brakes too hard and understeers. So we got one more clue we gotta find. I don't know what that last clue would be. Oh. Insufficient clue. Sedan falls from cliff on the streets. Well, yeah, no duh. Okay, apparently that qualifies as a clue, I guess. Where is the first one here? Drives over a large rock and blows a tire. We need one. Need to go a little bit further. There we go. Okay. Which leads to this. Then he goes off the cliff. Alright guys, yeah, so it looks like this is going to be a 2-call video, and we're gonna have to wait to see the US one until the next video, I guess. So let's we'll go through, and of course we're gonna read through these and see what it has to say about all these victims. So this is one of the people was the car that came over the cliff, Ariana Matteo. That's absolutely butchered, I apologize. When emergency services were finally able to remove Ariana from the car, it had already been too late. She died either when the car fell down the hill or when the car crashed into them a few days after the accident. She was buried by her family. Chips Dubois. Anyway, well, his car was rolling down the hillside. He hit his roof so hard that he broke his neck and died instantly. Kaplan, despite losing consciousness, she was not seriously injured during the accident. She was revived shortly after at the hospital and left it 2 days later. After that, she contacted DuBois and Kaplan families and helped them deal with their grief. They remain close friends to this day. It took Hugo several hours to recover from the psychological shock that he experienced when his car stopped just at the edge of a cliff. Severe acrophobia, fear of heights, that haunted him for the rest of his life. Fortunately, with the help of the local psychologist, he was able to avoid more dangerous consequences. Alright, well, we completed one technically. We should have completed 2, but it bugged out on us. So, yeah, we're gonna have to wait to pick up the street race accident in Tennessee here until a different video, I guess. So if you guys want to see more of this, of course, hit that like button. Other than that, guys, take it easy. This has been The Accident, and I'll see you next time.